Oftentimes, people forget about how important fixtures are to a store. But here's the thing, imagine a store without fixtures. How are you going to sell your merchandise? If you can't sell merchandise, then guess what? You're probably going to be out of business. I thought I should visit a couple of my favorite stores, H&M, to show you guys some real life examples of some of the things that we've been talking about in class. So here we go. As we enter H&M, we can see that we run into a speed bump, a cluster of mannequins, and also too we're met with a table. So H&M has a free form layout throughout the entire store. Most of the fixtures throughout the store are movable. In fact, many of these are not permanent. Everything can be moved to adjust for consumer shopping patterns and also to set a different tone throughout the store. There are clear walkways that encourage consumers to walk the entire store and to visit all of the different departments. So, as you guys have probably guessed, the front of the store is our women's department and it showcases what is currently on trend. So, these are the items that we have in bulk, and these products will normally stay here for about 2 weeks. Example of a tea stand waterfall. Now, this is a waterfall because, as you guys can see, one arm is higher than the other. Now, tea stands are really great fixtures because they give you an opportunity to show complete outfits. Now, there are two areas of opportunities with this tea stand. First and foremost, there's no sign here, but the great thing is that the model in the picture is actually wearing this shirt. Next, though, as you guys can see, this arm is a little bit too full, so it's not really an efficient fixture. And also, like the book says, you really should only have one color on each side of the face out. The great thing about tea stands is that they should be in high traffic areas. As you guys can see, they're along the walkway. Tea stands are also really great because they help feature key items and products that are new, incoming, and that your consumers can expect to see this upcoming season. Now, what we have here are examples of three-ways. And as you guys can see, they are different finishes than what we saw on our tea stands. And three-ways are great because they can house a lot of product, and also too, they give you some variety in your presentation. See right here that this is a straight arm face out, while on the ends we have waterfall face outs. Again, we can work on the presentation. As you guys can see, this arm is a little bit full and it's kind of hard for the consumer to shop. The great thing about three ways is they can be grouped together. So you don't necessarily need to worry about putting space in between them, but you need to be concerned about the space that is around them. And as you guys can kind of see, this is not exactly 3 feet. So another retail fixture that is also very popular in a lot of shops are gondolas. And gondolas can look differently in each store. And in H&M, they look like this. They don't have any end caps, but they're mostly used to showcase key items with the straight face waterfall and then with a hang bar to show coordinating items that you can merchandise into an outfit. For our capacity fixtures, we know that rounders are common in almost every single type of retail store. Most rounders are 3 feet or 36 inches across, or some are a little bit larger. They'll be 42 inches across in diameter. The great thing about rounders, again, is that they house a lot of product, but you also need to pay attention to how you're merchandising on your actual rounders. The clothes should be placed and merchandised not light to dark, but by Roy G. Biv. So, as you guys can see, this rounder has a couple areas of opportunity. And also notice, with your rounders, you want to be consistent with your hanger types. This is just visually not appealing. But I do want to point out that this rounder is efficiently being used because, as you guys can see, there's enough space that the consumer can actually shop and look for their size. One last thing that I want to point out, sometimes you may have too much product for your rounder, but you never want to put product inside the middle of your rounders. I've seen at some stores, some people use the inside of this to hang product, and that's not good because then it's just going to make it harder for the rest of the product to be properly shopped. So other key fixtures in your department or your store are going to be your accessory fixtures. Most of the time, these are going to be custom made or special ordered in order to house the particular product that you need to display. H&M has a grid locking accessory tower that utilizes pegs to face out the different assortment of accessories. And also too, you guys can see that this accessory tower has mirrors so that consumers can visualize and see themselves in the products. So, do you guys remember when I told you that your fixtures can vary by department? Well, here's a good example as we walk into H&M's men's department. And instantly you guys can see that the fixturing here is a little bit darker. The tables are a little bit different. They're not solid white, and also they have different ends. And then some of the floor stands, they're black as well. Again, retailers will use this to help set the atmospherics within a particular department, and also to signal to the consumer that there is a change, that you're entering into a different part of the store. You guys can even see that the mannequin choices here are different. Again, all to signal to the consumer that they've entered a different part of the store. Another important place to think about your fixturing choices is at your cash registers. it's important to think about the type of fixtures that your merchandise will hold, because this is where most consumers make their impulse buys. These are considered point of sale fixturing. As you guys can see here, H&M has a lot of bins and also some special accessory features, again, to encourage consumers to get those last minute buys. Jalen, did you find something? You don't even have a phone. This is a great example of a floor fixture with jeans in cubes. This cube display shows the shoppers that the store has a wide selection of merchandise. This example also has great presentation techniques, as we can see that the size of the jeans are ordered smallest to largest down the cubes. Not all retailers will have open sale accessory fixtures like American Eagle and H&M. High-end jewelry stores typically use accessory showcases to secure accessory items that normally have a high shrink. These showcases are normally glass so that consumers can see all of the product offerings, but they're normally locked and have to be accessed by an associate with a key. Well, that concludes our trip and our chapter. Make sure to review Chapter 4 and let me know if you have any questions.